What is up, book nerds? I predict the Chicago Bears season. Ben Johnson's in the building. Maybe the Bears will win something more than the offseason. The Bears open the season with a loss to the Minnesota Vikings, 27-16. I like the Vikings. Kevin O'Connell is a great offensive mind, and Ben Johnson still need to see what he does as a head coach. Jason McCarthy, he's a blank slate, so I'll put him on par with Caleb Williams, and I just like Minnesota's surrounding offense and defense better than the Bears, so I give them the win. And then the Bears lose again to the Lions, 32-19. The Lions, they can beat them on so many different fronts. The Lions defense, they lost people, but they're hopefully going to be healthy. They're not going to put on Aaron Rodgers in week 1. And they got Amon-Ra St. Brown. The wide receiver 2 is going to be gaining. You got 2 great running backs and Jared Goff, and I think that is enough to whoop the Bears for a bit. Then we have the Bears taking on the Cowboys. Cowboys win narrowly. This is the most on-par team that the Bears face. Thus far, both of them have head coaches that are unproven. I say Philip Williams and Dak Prescott are on par as quarterbacks, though I will say that the Cowboys have a better receiving room. Bears have a running back room, which is more than you can say about the Cowboys. Plus, somebody got to get Nick Chubb. Maybe the Bears get lucky. So the Bears narrowly lose. Bears get their first win of the season, 31-25 against the Raiders. I think that Caleb Williams is better than Geno Smith. Pete Carroll is on par with what I think Ben Johnson will be. The Bears have a better receiving room. The Raiders have Jacoby Myers. At least the Bears have some depth with Rome Odunze, who should be taking a step up. The Raiders thinks that they have one best running back prospects. Granted, there's always one great running prospect every year. And granted, every first-round running back of the last couple of years has not been a bust. So I don't expect anything different from Ashton Jeanty. And he will be a great factor in generating points along with Brock Bowers. But I think the Bears need to get the win here. Bears finally beat a real team, 26-22. The Bears narrowly lost to the Commanders last year. They lost by 3. Now they win by 4. Taking the momentum from the Raiders game and translating that into a win against a legitimate NFC heavyweight. Finally, Ben Johnson gets to prove himself. And Bears fans don't need to get drunk off whatever beer y'all drink in Chicago or walk off the steps of the Sears Tower. But since the NFL doesn't make sense, they don't take that momentum to the Saints, a team they are totally better than and should beat hypothetically, but every now and then a Colts beats the Chiefs. So we have the Saints beating the Bears. Helen Keller gets a win over a more susceptible team. The Bears' success is in its infancy, so slip-ups happen. 27-23, Bears lose. Then they lose to a real team in the Ravens, 25-22. Bears keep it close, but Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, and the Ravens defense don't do enough. They do enough, and the Bears can't do enough to keep up. Bears, yeah, you'll beat the Commanders. Be happy with that. You'll not be in the Ravens. In Week 8, a moral victory. They keep it really close against the Bengals in a game in which the defense doesn't collapse in on itself and the offense doesn't have to put up 30 points. Unfortunately, this is against the Bengals, who usually have to put up 30 points to win a game, but they still win. 17-15. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. Bengals defense was present, and Bears lose. Then in Week 9, they completely just crapped the bed against the Giants, This is the Bears season. 2 steps in the right direction, 1 step in the wrong. You beat the Raiders and Commanders, you lose to the Saints. You keep it close against the Ravens and Bengals, you get blown out by the Giants. That is kind of the motto of this season. This season, You're gonna keep it close with some real team, but against the fake ones, you're gonna blow this season. This season. In week 10, you beat the Vikings this season. All right, I'm gonna stop. So y'all beat the Vikings 20-16. Y'all finally get your revenge against week 1. Ben Johnson has finally had some more game experience against some more real teams. And the Vikings are good, but not good enough to trip up against a team on the Bears' quality. And the Bears finally put their offense together, and Caleb Williams finally gets to shine as a starter. This season, the Steelers will be above 500, but against the Bears, they'll get their backs blown. Not by that much. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. 31-15. Yeah, it is truly a blowout. Bears beat Aaron Rodgers. Who's your owner now? Bears, after so many years, you beat a washed, a mobile, moody Aaron Rodgers, who's totally not the same guy who was your daddy all those years back. And y'all thought this would be the step in the wrong direction, but they keep going in the right direction. They beat the reigning Super Bowl champion. As I said, with the Commanders game, that this is now our Super Bowl champion. Y'all gonna lose one stupid game. Bears are the perfect team to be stupid against. 18-15. Bears pull off something illogical, magical, and will be the talk of Chicago for about a week until next week. Feel so mystical, magical. I don't know what got into me today. Y'all go from being a Super Bowl champion to beating the team that owns you 16-15. Wait until what's going to happen in 2 weeks from now. Does the Empire strike back? Or do the Bears finally get to claim ownership of this game? Packers are without Jair. And they have like 6 wide receiver 2s. Jordan Love is good, but not good enough for this game. Y'all went from 6-7 to 7-7, 500. Yeah, the Browns are the perfect team to be an intermission between 2 passionate Packers games. In between, you just have the Browns. Not bad, but we just want to get to the good stuff. Y'all win by 10 points. I don't care who the Browns starter is, whether or not it's Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Shador, Dylan Gabriel, Deshaun Watson's, whatever the heck you call it. They win. The Browns, y'all kept Myles Garrett. He sold his soul to stay in Cleveland. Y'all not good. Y'all didn't do enough from being that trash last year. Y'all need one of these guys to become your franchise quarterback for y'all to be even decently good. And the Bears are on the come up, so makes. And the Bears are above 500. Y'all sweep the Packers. The curse is broken. Jordan Love is no longer your owner. The Packers don't own you no more. Bears win 24-20. Packers, I think they do have a good season. But the Bears, it's finally time the Bears take ownership back for themselves. And Caleb Williams is officially that guy. But because of the Bears, y'all squander all that good fortune from going 3-7 to 8-7, and y'all go 8-8 against a Niners team that's not as bad as last year, not as good in years past, and they beat you. It looks close. Kinda is, I guess. But the Niners, y'all should be healthy. Y'all lost a lot of people, but y'all still have Kittle, whatever's left of CMC, Brock Purdy, that's now getting paid handsomely, and Kyle Shanahan, who's definitely not a fraud, but enough to beat the. In the last game of the season, Ben Johnson could take Chicago Bears to the playoffs in week 1. If an unrealistic amount of BS happens to pave the way for the Bears to get to the playoffs, but to start off, they have to face off against Ben Johnson's old team, the Lions. And the Lions totally beat them 18-15, and the Bears season ends in depression. Like and subscribe to the bell notification. We notify when I upload next. See you in the next one. Peace. Bear season wasn't all that bad. Beat a lot of people's expectations. Subscribe, I need money.